In today's video, I'm bringing you my Zane Truesdale 40 card deck profile. Coming up. What's up there and welcome to a brand new video on 414 YGO. In today's video, I'm bringing you my Zane Truesdale 40 card deck profile. And hey, if you're new here, why not join the 414 community by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my future content. So yeah, I've basically built this deck around his first season appearance. So there won't be any of the Cyber Darks or anything like this. I've just built it around the Cyber Dragon strategy. And you know, I'm really happy with this one, and it duels really well. There's a duel on the channel between him and Kubbi in the 414 King of Games tournament, and you can really see how well the deck works there. So I'm really happy with this build, and I think it flows really nicely. First monster I run is a copy of Armored Cyber. One thing in this deck, in Zane's deck, is there's no vanilla monsters at all. So all I think 20 monsters I run in this deck are all effect monsters. There are some duplicates, but obviously reasons behind that. So Armored Cyber is a 4-star monster. It's got 0 attack, but it's got 2,000 defense. Basically, once per turn, while the card is equipped to a monster by this effect, you can decrease the equipped monster's attack by 1,000 points and destroy one face-up monster. Next up, we have Cyber Barrier Dragon. Absolutely a classic monster here. So it's a 6-star monster. 800 attack, 2,800 defense, which is absolutely insane. So basically its effect is that it can only be summoned with attack reflector unit. While the card is in attack position, your opponent's first attack each turn is negated. Which I suppose could come in handy, but with only 800 attack, be careful. If they've got more than one monster, this guy could get run down, but it's that 2,800 defense, which you definitely want this guy for. Next up is the obvious. I run 3 copies of Cyber Dragon. So obviously 5-star monster, it has 2,100 attack, 1,600 defense, and it's you know, basically the engine of this deck. Everything revolves around the Cyber Dragon, and why not, right? Rightly so. Its effect is really cool as well. If there is a monster on your opponent's side of the field and there are no monsters on your side of the field, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is incredible, really. Especially if you kind of like draw this in your opening hand and your opponent takes the first turn, they'll obviously, with a bit of luck, summon something, and then you can be like, second turn, it's like, hey, Cyber Dragon, see you later. But obviously, yeah, so I've run 3 copies of Cyber Dragon, obviously, because you'll need it for like Cyber End, and it'd just be really stupid not to run 3. Of course, Zane runs 3, so I in turn will run 3. Next up, I have 2 Cyber Kirin. So this guy is a 3-star monster with 300 attack and 800 defense. Why do I run 2 of him? Because of his effect. By tributing this card, any effect damage inflicted to you this turn becomes 0. There's only one card in mind for this, which is Power Bond. So this is all part of that Power Bond combo. So I run 2 in there just so you'll see it. I think I run Power Bond at 2 as well. But you know, Cyber Kirin, other than just kind of something to set for defense, hopefully will be used for, you know, what it's intended for, to stop any damage coming your way from Power Bond. Next up, I run a copy of Cyber Laser Dragon. This one is a 4-star monster, 2,400 attack, 1,800 defense. It can't be summoned unless it is summoned by the effects of Photon Generator Unit. Once per turn, you can destroy one monster with attack or defense greater than or equal to this card's attack, which is pretty cool, pretty decent effects, and it was a cool monster that Zane used in the show. Then I have a copy of Cyber Ouroboros. It's a 2-star monster, 100 attack, 600 defense. When this card is removed from play, you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard to draw 1 card. So, yeah, it's alright, it's not too bad. Next up, I run 3 copies of Cyber Phoenix. So it's a 4-star monster, 1,200 attack, 1,600 defense. So stats aren't too bad, better in defense than attack, obviously. Its effect is, while this card is in face-up attack position on your side of the field, negate the effects of any spell or trap cards that targets one machine-type monster on your side of the field. When this face-up card on the field attacks or is attacked and is destroyed as a result of battle and sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card from your deck. Pretty cool. Cyber Valley up next. 1-star monster, 0 attack, 0 defense. It's got 3 different effects and you can choose which one you want to use. The first is basically when this card is targeted for an attack by an opponent's monster, you can banish this card, draw 1 card, then end the battle phase, which is pretty cool. You can target 1 face-up monster you control and this card banish both that target and this card, then draw 2 cards, so it's kind of like a banishing Pot of Greed. And the final effect is you can target 1 card in your graveyard, banish this card and 1 card from your hand, then place that target on top of the deck. So it's got the recycling capabilities as well, which is pretty awesome. Next up, I have a copy of Heavy Mech Support Platform. So it's a 3-star monster. It has 500 attack, 500 defense. Once per turn, if you control this monster on the field, you can equip it to 1 face-up machine type monster on your side of the field. When it's equipped to a monster, by this card's effect, the monster gains 500 attack and defense. So you can basically use it just to like boost other monsters, or you can use it as just a face-down form of defense. Final monster here is another triplicate. So I run 3 copies of Proto Cyber Dragon. 3-star monster, 1100 attack, 600 defense. The effect is this card's name becomes Cyber Dragon while it's on the field. So this card's basically going to help you get more of those Cyber Dragon combo plays off, which is really good. So obviously try and get those fusions out a lot easier. But that is it for the monsters in my Zane deck. Moving on to the spells then, I run a lot more spells than I do traps in this deck. But we're going to start with Battle Fusion. This one is really, really cool. It's a quick play spell card. When an attack is declared involving a fusion monster you control and an opponent's monster, the monster you control gains attack equal to the attack of the opponent's monster until the end of the damage step. And you can only activate one of these per turn. So, I don't really need to explain it. It literally says it there. This is an awesome card. Then I have a copy of Cybernetic Fusion Support. Another quick play, you can pay half your life points. If you fusion summon a machine type fusion monster this turn, you can banish monsters from your hand, graveyard and your side of the field as the fusion materials. Pretty cool. So it's basically just another way of getting out your Cyber Dragon fusions. Then I run a copy of Defusion, and I think this card is really, really good in character decks, especially in the GX eras, because you can obviously defuse one of your own monsters to either avoid being attacked or the target of spell and traps, or you can just defuse it and then attack again, playing like by anime standards. But it also works in the same as, like, if you're playing against another GX deck and they've got a fusion out, you'll play this and they don't get the materials back. So it's basically just a way of just like quickly like shooing it from the field, like get out of it. Different Dimension Capsule. This is so cool. And I think Zane used this in like the first duel we saw him in against Jaden. This card, it stands out. You can start getting into your combos, and instead of having to like rely on luck, you can start planning early for them, which is really cool. So basically how it works is, after the card is activated, it remains faced on the field until your second standby phase. Select 1 card from your deck, remove it from play, and then during your second standby phase, destroy a different Dimension Capsule and add the removed card to your hand. So it's really, really cool. If you need a specific card and you draw this one, if you can just hold off for 2 turns, you'll be able to start activating that strategy. Next up is Flash Fusion. So it's a quick play spell card again. You fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion materials. Destroy it during the end phase. So it's just a quick polymerization, really. You're gonna lose your monsters, but if you can finish them in that turn, then go for it. Cool. Then we have Future Fusion, so another kind of planning ahead for your for your strategies here. So it's a continuous spell card. You send from your deck to the graveyard fusion material monsters that are listed on a fusion monster card, and select that 1 fusion monster from your fusion deck. A lot of fusion. Special summon a fusion monster from your fusion deck with the same name as the selected fusion monster during your second standby phase after this card's activation. When this card is removed from the field, destroy the monster. When the monster is destroyed, destroy this card. So it's pretty cool. Next up, I run a copy of Graceful Charity, so it's basically just drawing power for the deck. You draw 3 cards and then discard 2 from your hand. Limiter removal. So, another quick play spell here. You double the attack of all machine type monsters you controlled at both the activation and resolution of this card until the end phase. During the end phase, destroy those monsters. So if you can somehow manage to get a Cyber End Dragon out using the effects of Power Bond, you'll have an 8,000 attack Cyber End Dragon that has piercing. If you drop limiter removal as well, you'll have a 16,000 attack Cyber End Dragon. So this thing can go like really crazy. It can make it like Zane's deck like stupidly OP and extremely like kind of fun to play. So really cool. I love like the different combos you can get here, especially with cards like Limiter Removal. Then he runs a copy of Monster Reborn. Obviously, you can bring a monster back to the field. Mystical Space Typhoon. Awesome. Destroy one magical trap card on the field, so it can help you out of some tight spots. Photon Generator Unit. You're going to need this to get Cyber Laser Dragon onto the field. You basically tribute 2 Cyber Dragons. So you can get that guy out. For Zane's deck, I run 2 copies of Polymerization. I've found that running at 1, you know, you not really see it as much. So by running 2, you can get more of those Cyber Dragon fusions off. So I'm happy running that at 2. Then he runs a copy of Pot of Greed, basically more drawing power for the deck. Can't build a Zane deck without this card. It is the infamous Power Bond. This card is so stupidly good. I love this card. It's just such a cool idea. So you basically it's polymerization. So you fusion summon 1 machine type monster from your extra deck. The monster gains attack equal to its original attack. So you're basically just going to double it. The only downside to this though is that during the end phase of the turn this was activated, you take damage equal to the amount of attack like gained from the effect. So you're going to take the monster's original attack as damage in the end phase there. So that's why I was saying I run 2 copies of Cyberkira in the hope that I'll have him there as well, just so I can get rid of him, so you don't take that effect damage as well. So, or like fingers crossed you can do it well. But then saying that, if you can get like a Cyber Twin Dragon, it's with like 5,600 attack that can make 2 attacks, and you can't finish the game there, then you know obviously you probably deserve to take that original 2,800 damage. On to Zane's traps then. So I think I only run 5 trap cards in here. So I'm going to start with Attack Reflector Unit. Obviously you tribute 1 Cyber Dragon, and then you'll be able to special summon 1 Cyber Barrier Dragon from your hand or deck, which is cool. So you know if you need that 2,800 defense there, you drop this guy. Zane runs a copy of Call of the Haunted, so it's basically like a Monster Reborn, though in the form of a trap card. It's continuous trap as well, so if you destroy the trap, the monster goes with it. You destroy the monster, the trap goes with it. Not much more needs to be said. Cybernetic Hidden Technology. So it's another continuous trap card here, and what it does is when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send to the graveyard 1 Cyber Dragon you control, or 1 fusion monster you control that lists Cyber Dragon as a fusion material monster, then target the attacking monster and destroy it. So pretty cool. It can come in handy there. Then we have Damage Polarizer. Kind of quick play trap card. You activate only when an effect that inflicts damage is activated, negate its activation and effect, and each player draws 1 card. So it's pretty cool. It's going to get you out some tight spots there. Final Fusion. Really cool trap card here. I love the artwork for it as well. So during either player's battle step, when a fusion monster you control battles an opponent's fusion monster, target both those fusion monsters, negate the attack, and if you do, each player takes damage equal to the combined attack of both those fusion monsters, which is incredible, especially because of like the intensity of attacks that you can get on your own fusion monster. So if you just want to like draw the game, or if you've somehow got enough life points to survive it, then go for it. But really cool card, really cool. Final card in Zane's deck, final trap card I should say, is Trap Jammer. Like it suggests, it jams traps. So you can only activate this card when your opponent activates a trap card during the battle phase. Negate the activation of the trap card and destroy it. So it's basically going to like harm their defenses, which is really cool. On to Zane's extra deck then. So the first card is Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. 0 attack, 0 defense. It requires a Cyber Dragon and then 1 or more machine type monsters. The monster cannot be used as a fusion material monster, and you can only special summon the card from your extra deck by sending the above cards from either side of the field to the graveyard. So basically you don't need to use polymerization for it. The effect of it is the original attack of this card is equal to 1,000 times the number of fusion material monsters used to special summon it. So you can make this guy pretty buff, as well as getting rid of some monsters on the field as well, which is pretty cool. Chimera Tech Over Dragon. So the attack and defense is a question mark. It requires a Cyber Dragon and 1 or more machine type monsters. When the card is fusion summoned, you send all other cards you control to the graveyard. The original attack and defense of this card are equal to 800 times the number of fusion material monsters used for the fusion summon. Each turn, this card can attack as many of your opponent's monsters as the number of fusion material monsters used for its fusion summon. So it's really cool. If you use a lot, then you've got a lot of different attacks, which is really cool. Here he is, Cyber End Dragon. Arguably one of the most kind of signature monsters of Zane. 4,000 attack and 2,800 defense. Need I say any more? Other than it requires 3 Cyber Dragons to bring this guy to the field, and this guy has piercing. Okay, so that's awesome. If you can power bomb this guy, he's going to go like 8,000 attack with piercing, you know, which is absolutely crazy. And if you want to go even further, like I mentioned earlier, use the limiter removal. Unbelievable. It's just crazy. Final card in Zane's deck then, and it is the awesome Cyber Twin Dragon. It has 2,800 attack and 2,100 defense. It requires only 2 Cyber Dragons to bring this card to the field, and this guy is probably one of the easiest fusion summons, in my personal opinion anyway, to bring to the field, and its effect just makes it even more devastating, especially because of how easy it is to summon. The guy has 2 attacks. You can attack twice. With 2,800 attack there, that's going to do some damage. So, yeah, pretty damn awesome there. But there we go. That was my Zane Truesdale 40 card deck profile there. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your thoughts of this deck are in the comment section below. And I really need to do some more duels on the channel, because this is one deck that I thoroughly enjoy using. I think it just runs really well. It can get incredible power there, and it has got a slight bit of defense to it as well. Check out the duels on the channel involving this deck. Basically, I think it's 2 games in the 414 tournament I did recently, but it gives you an idea of how well this kind of thing runs, and you know the power it has as well. But you know, if you want more Yu-Gi-Oh character deck profiles, character deck duels, fact videos, and more, hit that subscribe button right now. And if you found value in today's deck profile, why not smash the like button, share this video with a friend, or just leave me a comment in the section below. Let me know what you thought of it. I'm on social media too, so let's connect over there. But that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching the deck profile. I will see you in the next video. Take care.